I am playing. I'm watching more YouTube videos.
Dad, can you send my allowance?
Hey Siri, send $10 to Maya. Sending money is easy with.
If you're excited to play Sugar Heist, this video will quickly and simply show you how to play. Before the game starts, there are 3 things to set up. Number 1, shuffle the deck of candy cards and deal 6 cards to each player. Put the rest face down in the center of the table. Number 2, shuffle the battle cards and put those face down right next to the candy cards. And number 3, deal 2 vault cards to each player. Those go face up on the table in front of you. The rest go in the center of the table. You'll also want to leave some room for 2 discard piles, one for candy and one for battle cards. The objective of the game is to collect, trade, and steal candy cards. The player with the most candy stored in vaults wins. You do that by collecting sets of candy cards and storing them on vault cards, like this. Other players can steal candy in a vault. That's why it's important to lock the vault as soon as possible. You do that by collecting as many candy cards as listed on the bottom corner right of the card. This is how many candies you need to lock a vault, and this is how many of that candy type are in the deck of cards. Now, once you reach that lock number, you can let other players know your vault is locked by flipping over your vault card. Candy may not be stolen from a locked vault. You may still add candy to a locked vault. As an example, I'll add another Power Sour and a wild card. As long as you stay above the lock number, the vault stays locked. But if you drop below the lock number, the vault becomes unlocked. So how do you know when you can put candy into your vaults? Each player's turn has 3 phases, which must be followed in this specific order.
Okay, guys, actually, I should
Phase
say one
number
thing
1.
that I'm
At the start
actually
of every
basing
turn,
my
you must...
card game. Okay,
At the start of every turn, you must play a matching pair of candy cards from your hand and place them into one of your vaults. If you can't play a pair at the start of your turn, discard 2 cards from your hand and draw 2 more. Then skip the rest of your turn. Let's pretend I did have a matching pair and play phase 1 again. This is how it works. I'll take these 2 nutty butts and put them on top of this vault card. Now, the only time you can put candy in a vault is at the start of your turn. So if you have other matching pairs, you do that now as well. I have these 2 matching Fruity Booties, so I'll put those down as well. One thing to remember is that each vault can only have 1 type of candy. So once you start collecting a type, you have to keep adding that type or discard all candy to start a new collection. I still have an empty vault to the left here, so I'll add the Fruity Booty to that one. And that's phase 1. Phase 2 is when you scavenge for candy. After you've played your matching pairs, flip over 2 candy cards from the candy card deck and place them in the center of the table so that all players can see. If you'd like to keep them, add them to your hand without consulting other players. I'd like this Nutty Butt card, so I'll add that to my hand to play on a later turn. Since I don't want this Lucky Sucky, I'll see if any other players would like to trade with me for cards in their hand. During the trading phase, you may trade with any other player. And other players can try and outbid each other to win the trade. As an example, I'll ask the other 2 players if they want the Lucky Sucky. Zach says he'll give me a Nutty Butt for it, and Pam says,
Do you have anything else besides 1 Lucky Sucky?
I can also trade cards from my hand, so I'll add another Lucky Sucky to the offer. Pam, I'll give you 2 Lucky Suckies for a Nutty Butt and something else.
Sure, I'll give you a Nutty Butt and a Fruity Booty.
When you trade cards, they go directly into your hand, and you'll be able to play them on your next turn. Lastly, all trades must involve the person whose turn it is. Phase 3. Phase 3 is when you can buy or play battle and vault cards. You buy these with candy saved up in your vault. Each card costs 1 candy, and you can buy up to 2 cards per turn. While it's not required that you buy battle cards, it is highly recommended to do it every turn, because battle cards help you win the game. I'm going to spend 1 Fruity Booty on 1 battle card. Each card has special abilities, which I'll go over in a minute. Some of them require you to play it immediately, and others you can save for later. I'm going to save this one for later, so I'll put it face down on the table. At the end of your turn, if you have less than 6 candy cards in your hand, you draw back up to 6 cards. If you have more than 6 cards, you discard down to 6. And battle cards don't count towards your hand limit. I have 4, so to end my turn, I'll draw 2 cards and play passes to the next player. Now I'll explain how battle cards work. When you draw a battle card, there are a couple different types. Let me go over the most important. They are action cards, event cards, and attack cards. Action cards let you do things like spy on people's hands, unlock locked vaults, or nab all their candy in an unstoppable night raid. They always have a black background in the text area. Event cards always happen immediately, and they will always have this yellow background. If you have a question about how a particular card works, check the rulebook. Lastly, there is attack cards. This is the main card you'll use to steal candy
Candy
from
from
other
the people.
players. Unless the player you attack
Yeah,
has one of the final
mom
card
cards.
types. A mom
Mom
card.
card.
A mom card can be used to stop an attack, an event, or an action card. If you're attacked and have a mom card, simply discard your mom card and yell,
Mom!
that blocks the attack and
Back.
protects you for the rest of your
Yeah.
turn. Please remember that battle cards may only be played during Phase 3 of your turn. Lastly, I'll explain how attack cards work. Attack cards have 3 different types of artwork on them, but they all work the same exact way. When you draw an attack card, you'll see at the bottom you have 2 options of play. Option number 1 is to play the card immediately when drawn to attempt a heist. If you choose to heist, this is how it works. Declare a target player, then both take turns flipping over cards from the battle deck. The first player to reveal 2 attack cards wins. If you played the attack card and win the heist, you get 6 candies from the losing player's vault. Stolen cards go directly into one of your vaults. But if the target reveals 2 attack cards first, the heist fails and you don't get anything. But don't worry, they don't get anything from you either. They simply defend their cards. Let's say you attack someone and the candy they have does not match what's in your vaults. One option is to discard a candy you already have to make room for the new candy. I don't want to do that. So instead, if I win the attack, I'll buy a new vault for 1 candy and place the cards I won in my new vault. At the conclusion of your heist attempt, reshuffle all the revealed cards back into the battle deck. Option number 2 is to steal. To do that, simply throw down the attack card, declare your target, and steal 2 candy cards automatically. Unless, of course,
Mom.
they have a mom card. Make sure when battle cards are played, they go directly to the discard pile. How does the game end? The first time you run out of candy cards, reshuffle the discard pile and keep playing. The second time the candy card deck is depleted, the game is over. Once the last card is drawn, there's no more trading or attacking, but each player can play any remaining pairs from their hand on a vault if possible. The remaining cards in their hand are discarded. When the game ends, it's time to count your points. Each player will put all their candy cards into a single stack, and everyone counts their points out loud.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19,
And that's how you play Sugar Heist. Get out of here, you beautiful beast.
Coho is a new era.
The Cafe Chaos.
So, you're not sure how to play Cafe Chaos. No problem, we got you covered. To get started, you're going to need a few cards. Pass out a target card to everyone playing. Then everyone will pick a character card and take the matching character action card. Every character has a unique character action. Place your character onto the tray and put your character action card into your hand. Next, everyone will get 3 basic action cards: throw, grab, and duck. No matter what happens in the game, you can never lose these 4 action cards. Now take the food, topping, condition, and bonus action cards and shuffle them all together. This will be the main deck. Now from the main deck, give each player 2 cards. Next, deal 5 cards face up near the deck. This will be called the floor. The goal of the game is to throw food at other players, giving them splat points. Once someone has 10 splat points, the game is over and the player with the least splat points wins. The person who ate last gets the starting player marker. This player will get to choose who they target first by using their target card and pointing it at the player they want to target. Then in clockwise order, everyone at the table chooses who they want to target for the round. Next, from your hand, choose 3 actions to perform for this round and lay them face down onto your tray. Now, the order you place them in matters. Usually an event card gets flipped over after you're done placing your actions, but not on the first round. Once the 3 actions are placed, all players simultaneously reveal their first action and resolve them in order, starting with the player that has the starting player marker. That's why it's called the starting player marker. Oh, so you're throwing for your first action. You want to get to the fighting as soon as possible. I get it. So now you can choose throwable cards from your hand and throw them at your target, which is player 2. There are 3 types of cards you can throw: food, toppings, and conditions. Foods and toppings can be thrown by themselves and are worth 1 point each. You can also throw toppings and foods together, dealing 2 points of splat damage. Conditions are worth 2 points of splat damage, but can't be thrown by themselves. They must be combined with either a food or a topping to be thrown. If you manage to throw and land a 3-card combo, which is a condition, food, and topping, or or a condition topping and topping, then you deal 4 points of splat damage. And since you are so epic, you get to get rid of 2 of your own splat points. If you have any, that is. For now, all we have is spaghetti and meatballs topped with peanut butter. Gross. So we tell the player what we're throwing at them, and they get 2 splat points. If you placed a throw action, then you have to throw at least 1 throwable card. So take the food you threw and discard them by putting them into a pile next to the deck that's called the trash. So now we check player 2's action, and they decided to grab on their first action. Grab allows a player to take 1 card from the floor. If they take a food card, they may take a second food card if available. After taking the cards, refill the floor with cards from the deck. Now we check player 3's action, and they chose to duck like a coward. No one threw food at you yet, but if they had, they would have wasted at least 1 throwable card, and player 3 would have gained 0 splat points. Now players flip over their second actions and resolve them, still going in clockwise order. Then everyone flips over their third action, obviously, and after everyone resolves those actions, the round is over. Now we can start the next round. Take back your 3 action cards and put them into your hand. The person with the starting player marker passes it to the player on their left, and now they have the first choice on who they want to target. Round by round we go, throwing, ducking, and grabbing, trying our best to avoid getting splattered by those disgusting food combinations. Be sure to check out the instructions if you have any more questions. Who will reign supreme in this chaotic food frenzy? Well, there's only one way to find out. Have fun playing!
I have to use some of these card games. Third video of the day.
I hate you! Oh! Well, next time, don't steal my Monopoly!
Ariana, give James your $200. You landed on his property.
No! He's in jail! I'm not gonna give money to a criminal! That's not how you...
Mommy, why is brother screaming?
Shut the f*** up, Sally. You don't get to talk after stealing my last railroad. I wish I was never born! Me too! You think I wanted this?
Hi, what you all just witnessed is the phenomenon known as Family Game Night. Family Game Night
like those
plays an
two games
important
that I-
role in the
like the
household
things I
dynamic,
showed,
as
Cafe
studies have
Chaos.
shown that families who participate in activities
And-
together form closer bonds and stronger
why
relationships
I
with
forget
each
the
other.
name of
So
this
try
game.
setting aside some
Cafe
time to
Chaos
play
and
board
Sugar
games
High are
with
the two
your
games I'll be
family.
trying to use.
And if they beat you, cut them out of your life forever.
Okay, let's just go. to this one.
Okay, have fun, you guys.
I like board games.
Same.
I guess any game that doesn't involve me getting up and moving around, I'm a huge fan of. Also, since I'm bad at everything and don't like playing games against someone who's better than me, I really love the games that don't require any type of skill, like the game Chutes and Ladders, which I just learned today has another name called Snakes and Ladders. And I'm going to call it that instead, because I'd rather draw snakes than chutes. In Snakes and Ladders, you have no free will. You're at the mercy of a single dice, and I love it. While I was looking up walkthroughs for Snakes and Ladders, I quickly learned that this game was made for preschoolers, which is probably why it's so simple. Or how about the game Sorry, which is the most unapologetic game I've ever played.
True.
There's some strategy in that game, but most of the time you're just getting revenge on the players who've wronged you. And the creators of Sorry knew this because the tagline of the game is Sorry, the game of sweet revenge. Which, if you think about it, is a pretty funny oxymoron. Aha! Take this!
Sorry.
I know how to play chess, but
True.
like most
I do
things, I'm
too.
not very good at it. Unless I'm playing against someone under the age of 4, I don't want to play that game. Because it
Me.
shows everyone how bad I am at planning ahead. That's a game that's 100% strategy-based.
True.
It's like the IQ test of board games. Beating someone in chess will put you more ahead academically than anyone with a Harvard degree. And you'll get more babes. However, there is one exception, and that is it's okay to lose at chess if you're playing against a computer, even if it's on easy mode. Computers are way better at planning ahead than anyone. Because I don't know how, but a human made a computer that can beat the world's best chess player, but the creator of the computer can't beat the world's best chess player. So I guess that means it's game over. We tried our best, but we've peaked. Whenever you beat a computer in chess, it was going easy on you. Imagine if we made a computer that could beat the world's best Snakes and Ladders player. I would pay money to see a Snakes and Ladders championship. And everyone watching knows that the person playing is just some Joe Schmo that acts like the world's best Snakes and Ladders player, but they're all still excited. And there's real snakes that you get to slide down? That would be amazing!
Sign me up.
While we're on the topic of chess, I want to tell you about this cool sport I discovered called chess boxing. This is an actual competitive sport where two players play chess for 3 minutes,
I want to see
then
this
box
sport.
each other for 3 minutes. And they keep switching between chess and boxing until someone either gets a checkmate, they run out of time playing chess, or they KO the other
I wanna
player.
see this.
I love this sport because it combines two polar opposite games, and it's something that anyone can play.
What?
Brains over brawn? Try saying that after I sucker punch you in the... Oh, that was a good move. I'm gonna punch you so
That's-
hard in the balls
that's
for
an
that.
actual-
I know
oh,
I
God.
just said I was bad at chess, but if
That's an
there's any
actual
YouTubers
sport,
who
what
want
the
to
heck?
challenge me to a chess boxing match, I will gladly take you to the ring, and we can
Yeah.
charge people $12 just to watch.
What about
And we can end it
$30?
in a draw,
Actually, how
you
about
know, so
$100?
that way you won't look bad in front of your fans. So Battleship, that's
That's a
another
good
board
board
game,
game.
and it also got a big Hollywood movie based off of it. I haven't seen it, but I hope there's a scene where the captain of the ship goes, "Men, fire at D6?" And then there's an explosion in the distance, and then Rihanna, who is actually in that movie, says, "Sir, the alien sent a message. It says, miss." And the captain goes, Someone write that down so we don't forget. And then there'd be an explosion at the back of their ship, an alarm start going off, and everyone on board starts freaking out except for the captain. And he goes, "Rihanna, send the aliens a message. Tell them."
Shit.
Also, ask them if they think the situation would make a good board game. And if that scene is
Yeah,
not in the
that
movie,
movie.
I hate it. Did anyone else
I
collect
don't
a
even
bunch
know
of
that thing would be
Pokemon
in the movie,
cards
but that'd
but
be
never
cool.
knew how to play the game?
I
I
know
don't
how to
think
play
I met a
Pokemon
single
card game.
person who actually knew
I
how to
actually
play the
have
card
Pokemon
game. Which was
cards.
weird because in my school, the card game was just as popular as the video games.
True.
Kids would always show off their collection of cards and binders, and everyone always wanted the highly coveted shiny Charizard
me.
card. You know which one I'm talking about. You know which one I'm talking about. You know which one I'm talking about. Unlike Yu-Gi-Oh, which had dedicated
Yeah,
episodes
shows.
explaining why these 5 pieces of cardboard were expensive, the
Especially
shiny
Batman.
Charizard was rare,
Yes.
not because it was good in the game, but because everyone agreed that it looked cool. But then when you ask someone,
Hey,
"Hey, do you
wanna
want to
play
play a
Pokemon?"
game?" They would say, "Okay." I summon my Charizard in attack mode. Does anyone even know how to play the Pokemon card game? I bet none of these guys even know what they're doing. How'd this guy win? He didn't even call Uno. I can't be too hard on the Pokemon cards, because the card game I like is probably way more complicated than Pokemon. I don't know for sure because, like I said, I don't know how to play the Pokemon card game. But my
do.
favorite card game
I'll play it.
is Neopets. I'm just kidding. That was a joke. Kind of.
I know most
I
of
did
that,
actually
yeah.
own a lot of Neopet cards. I don't remember exactly how to play. I do remember you have to get 21 points to win, which got me into playing blackjack. But it's okay that I don't remember how to play, because no one else is playing this game. I wanted to find some footage of a Neopet TGC championship, only to come to the disappointing realization that no Neopet championship exists, which is sad. So if there's any YouTubers watching who want to fight my Scorchio, square up. Okay, but
I'll
for
take
real,
it,
the
man.
card
If
game
I
I
have-
like the
if
most
I
is
can
Magic
get cards,
the Gathering.
I'll
And
take
fun
you
little
on that.
factoid, all 3 card games I've mentioned were created by the same company,
Huh.
Wizards of the Coast. Hey, is that a Monopoly
Monopoly
reference? I've been playing Magic since 2007, and back then the game was a lot more simple. Look at some of these more recent cards. First, see how many words are on them, and if we flip them over, they merge into an even bigger card. What? If you showed these cards to my 11-year-old self, I would have lost my marbles. My favorite thing about Magic is when Dick Garfield, was first creating the game in 1993, he didn't really have an accurate way of testing the cards to make sure they're all fair and balanced, and he ended up creating some of the most overpowered cards in Magic. And players today refer to these cards as the Power 9, because there were 9 really good ones, which is why every single one of them is banned. Now, don't get me wrong, the Power 9 are good cards, but none of them are like, you win the game good. Take this one, for example, Ancestral Recall. All it says is, draw 3 cards, or force opponent to draw 3 cards. Which is stupid that they added that last part. Why would you ever give your opponent 3 more cards to beat you with? Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait, a slightly better Pot of Greed, which is a card that allows me to draw 2 new cards from my deck and place them into my hand, is one of the top 9 most powerful Magic cards?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pot of Greed is banned too. Games play such an important role in childhood. And here's
Yeah,
what
but
they
they
all
all
teach
teach
us. In Magic, if you're really
You
good
gotta
at what you do, no one will invite you to their tournament. Monopoly, white-collar crime is okay. Battleship, just guess and check. Snakes and ladders, if you see a ladder, climb it immediately. And no one cares about Neopets. Now, if you excuse me, I have to show this prison guard my coupon I have that lets me get out of jail anytime I like. And when all is said and done, I thought to myself, what can I do to help strengthen this weekly tradition of family game night? So I decided to create my own game based off one of the most scarring events of my childhood. Many of you might recall the traumatic experience my sister and I had with Harry the Moth, and to help me cope, I decided to immortalize this memory by turning it into a card game. Introducing Can't Catch Harry. I let my Twitter followers decide on a name, and they went with this one, so good job, guys. Here's a sneak peek of some of the cards. I spent a lot of time working on this game, and I know you're gonna like it. We got a lot of recognizable characters like Mr. Poe, Mom, Satan, and Sandwich Artist. We're launching the game on Kickstarter today, so check out the link in the description to get yourself a copy. We have different reward tiers like holographic cards, golden figurines, and even a custom-made card if you're into that. The reward tiers are only going to be available for 30 days, and given my upload schedule, I don't know if I'll be able to tell you that again, so I'll post updates on my Twitter and Instagram. That's right, I got an Instagram. I'm trying to tell you that to follow me on Instagram. Thanks for watching, and that's how we're going to segue into the end card. Also, should I mention the
The last one we need. Boom! Yeah, what? Hey, you picked the wrong fight! That is a good trailer. And this is the
There's
last
an epidemic going on right now, and that epidemic goes by the name of mobile gaming. Look, I understand the appeal of mobile games. We're all busy people, we got places to meet, and oh hey, look at that, I just got 3 corn chops in a row, and that's neat. I mean, no! Mobile games are stupid, okay? They're not even real games. Sure, most mobile games are free, but they're only disguised as free because they bombard you with ads. Okay, I guess I do that too, but what do you want from me? I understand that there's a time and a place for being on your phone, and I do agree that spending too much time on social media apps is bad for your health. But if I'm just waiting for a bus, or I'm sitting on a bus, or I'm talking to the bus driver because I missed my stop, then I don't see any harm in slicing fruit, surfing virtual subways, or bouncing a cartoon James onto heads of random people. Yep, this video is an announcement/advertisement that I have a mobile game. Yes, I've joined the dark side and I have a free game available in the App Store right now. To find the game, click the link in the description below, or search Odd Ones out in the App Store and have fun bouncing. Have a Merry Thanksgiving.
Yeah, those are all the videos I'm going to be watching today. If you guys want more videos by me, just let me know down in the comments below. And I will see you guys in another video. Peace out, everyone.